Everybody, and happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. We are the movie couple. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And hey, it's Wednesday. It's a little weird because I feel like we didn't really have that many days because our last stream was
on that Sunday.
So it's been a little weird, but we hope everybody had a nice and safe 4th of July weekend. We hope you're having a great week so far. We want to know how many times you've watched Hamilton on Disney Plus already. And thanks to all of you for joining us. So today, there was a lot of stuff going on this morning. One being a lot of news drops, so I had to kind of restructure what we wanted to talk about today's show.
Yep.
And one of the main reasons why we ran a bit behind today is because, so we were kind of talking amongst ourselves about one of our friends who recently went in LA to the
Dodger Stadium to go get their COVID-19
test, because that's where you can get it done for free. It's one of the few drive-through spots, but I think that's the one that's like probably the most easily accessible. Like all of my friends who've gotten tested has gone there. So Dustin and I actually never got tested for COVID. I was sick at the beginning of the year, and I had some of the symptoms, but the main symptoms I didn't have was a fever. I took my temperature religiously, like on the hour, and it never went even close to being in like the fever zone. So I was kind of like, I don't know, maybe I was just sick, but maybe we don't know. So and Dustin and I, we do limit how much we interact with other people and things like that. We really strict on social distance.
Limit would be a little bit of a misclaimer. We are we don't come near any other people. I mean, even when we go out we have not really left our little hovel of a hole for a long time.
We wear masks when we go out. We wear masks when we go to the stores, and the stores we go to, we limit on which ones we go to too. And it consists of like maybe a handful of like 5 stores that we frequent, depending on what we need. Like if it's the dogs, then it's the pet supply store and the vet. If it's for packaging, then it's our mailbox. If it's for groceries, then it's like Trader Joe's and Target.
And the thing is the fact that while we were setting up for the stream, I was like going through some of my emails.
And we were talking about our friend who was like, what was his experience like?
I don't know. You know what? I wonder if we could get something in on for Dodger Stadium, and I just happened to go through the link that Wendy sent me a while ago, and all of a sudden it said new dates,
and I was like, oh my gosh!
So I was like, Wendy. So we're like quickly signing up. We're quickly trying to get all this stuff done, and before we started, there was 148 spots left.
By the time we were done,
they were gone.
Yeah, they were complete, and this all took maybe less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, which is why we're about 10 minutes
trying to like scramble to get all the information. And I was like, oh, they need this number. Let me go get my wallet and type it in. We've been trying to get an appointment to get the drive-through testing for probably before 4th of July. We were trying to get tested before the 4th of July, and we just weren't able to. Like, I don't know if other people were trying to get themselves tested, so that it's like if everybody in their group were negative, then they could actually like get together and not social distance, they can hang out and stuff like that, as long as they didn't like go and interact with other people who hadn't been tested. I'm not sure, but I'm really happy and excited that we are going to get a test. I'm pretty sure I don't have it.
Yeah, I mean, the only way that we would is that we were asymptomatic and we haven't had any symptoms.
Yeah.
What I really would like to know, though, is if we did have it in the past, but that would be a test that would cost. That's the
we heard
it costs like $130
at the base. At the baseline, it's $150 per person for an antibody test. And I'm just like, I don't know about that.
We'll wait on that test until it's free.
It should be free. Don't you want to know who has it and who had it and who has the antibody, and if that can prevent you from catching it again, or like, anyway. So that is why we were a little behind, and I was thinking about this. I hadn't talked to you about it, but I was thinking about maybe vlogging our experience and see what it's like.
Yeah, that's probably what we'll do, is while we're going there. I mean, most of it's probably going to be us going there, leaving the car on, and just letting the AC, because we're just going to be sitting there for hours probably.
Yeah. RIP car. So yes, I see Manja here that says, I had symptoms as well, but also no fever. So it's like, we don't really know. I'm not really looking forward to getting a cotton swab to the back of my brain.
I've done that. I've had to do that for the flu.
The flu.
She had to witness it, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, that just looked uncomfortable."
The Q-tip is like this long, and then it goes like this much of it went up his nose. I was like, "How deep is that cavity?"
It's like, "Hey doc, can you tell me what I'm thinking? Because you're picking my brain."
Oh God, I remember seeing on TikTok this one girl absolutely freaking out. So I think I might just have to take some sort of like chill out Oh no, I shouldn't even take any medicine to interfere with any sort of.
Well, they're not going to be doing any kind of tests like that where meds would be a hindrance. All they're doing is getting some.
Take a Benadryl. I'll just go to sleep.
She's already asleep. Just shove it up there and pull it out. But things are, they can't do it too fast or it hurts really bad. But they kind of have to go up and out. And
it's fine. It'll only hurt for a second. It'll be fine. It's worth it. You also had the strep throat test.
Yeah, I had one up my nose and one down my throat.
Because he had the flu really bad, but it wasn't this year. It was 2018.
Yeah,
it was the end
when
of
I got
2018,
really sick.
and like he was put on a bunch of medicine. I remember once you got the medicine, you were better at like
fortunately they caught it soon enough.
Yeah, so wish us luck. We'll keep you guys updated. And also if you guys weren't here for Sunday's stream, we revealed our fan name. I don't like using the word fan. I don't want to call you guys fans. I feel like you're like a part of our community, our viewers, subscribers. Like fans is like a weird thing to me, but I couldn't think of any other terminology than fan name. But we did release it, and we're calling our viewers the Movie Bunch, which I absolutely love. And we've been taking submissions on photos. If you're okay with your photo being shown, we're gonna do an artwork, and I put out a concept of it on the community tab for our YouTube channel. It's a very poorly done one that I just like whipped up real fast at 2 a.m. I was like, done. So we've gotten a few already. You can still submit if you want. I want to try to fit everybody in there. If I have to make a few more squares, then I have to make a few more squares. I don't care. So feel free to submit your photo if you would like, and I'm gonna go ahead and put our email
the movie couple email
in the chat, and it is moviecoupletchannel@gmail.com. Oh, I just completely misspelled our own.
Oh, trust me, email. I've misspelled my own name before. I remember a time that I studied so hard for a test, like literally I did not sleep that entire night, and then I went in for the test and I was like, okay, I think I've got this. They put the paper out in front of me. I'm like, okay, name. Shit. And it took me a second to be like, oh yeah, that's right. I had to spare some room in my brain, and some other information had to get lost to sacrifice.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but yeah, there are times when I've misspelled my own name.
Yes. A comment from Nurse 117. Testing is part of my job. I feel bad when people see the swab. Nurse 117, if you have any tips on this whole testing part, how we can make the experience also easier for the people who are standing in the hot sun in full PPE, in full PPE, how we can make that easier for all of you guys. Let us know. We don't want to be a burden. We just want to just line up our cars, get tested, and be on our merry way. Yep. I do think we have to get there early. I had a friend who, she had an appointment. She showed up, and the line had backed all the way up to the freeway, to the, what is it, the 110, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was just like, nope, not today. And she turned around. A couple of you guys have also talked about like feeling some of the symptoms. I feel like I've had symptoms, but I definitely had no fever, but I have allergies and they are similar. And some of my friends who have tested positively, who don't live in LA, but have said that they also felt the same symptoms of like allergies. And I was like, I have really bad allergies. And it turned out that they tested positive. And I was like, oh God, no. So, and with summer arriving, like it's just the symptoms gets worse with my allergies. You know?
I think we missed.
We have a super chat from Chris. I know that.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to check because it kept on going up and going up and going up, and then I lost track of it and was like, wait, where to go?
I just want to make sure that Nurse 118 haven't written back. Not yet. Okay, it's okay. Chris's Choice, you guys. We're getting ready for Chris's Choice. Thank you so much to Chris Mendez, good friend of ours. Time for Battle of the Heroes. Woo! Here we go. Who would win? Iron Man versus Batman?
Well,
Okay, I have my answer already.
Well, there's a problem with this one too, because there is the whole campaign that no matter who goes up against Batman, Batman wins. I mean, if Batman's able to beat Superman, who is an invincible god, so to speak, then yeah, he can take out Tony Stark. But then you have the, well, what if they just happen to meet each other in the streets kind of a fight? They don't have time to prepare or get ready, and it's only what they happen to have on them.
Yeah.
Kind of subject, or and you know, because then Tony Stark would have all of his nanotech, but then what does Batman have? Batman, you know, has a plethora of an arsenal at his
I
beck and call.
This couldn't be a better like face-off. I would love to see it one day in comics if there haven't been one already. I tend to want to, I love Iron Man, and I think some of his tech is actually more advanced than Batman's.
I would say that too, that he does have access to higher technology than Batman does.
With that said, there's something that Bruce Wayne / Batman has, which is determination.
He's a tacticianist.
It's just because they're both rich. Tons of money, tons of influence, endless funds to fund whatever technology they want. Both brilliant in slightly different ways. Tony's really like, you know, with on the tech side, and I would say Batman, he's got like his deduction skills. You know, he has Alfred.
Where Iron Man is more of a tech monster, where he just knows everything about machines and he can build the coolest weapons. Batman is more of someone who gets down in the dirt. He's nitty gritty. He is more of a tactician kind of a thing, and he's known as the detective. So that's where his strengths lie. I feel like the world would collapse on me if I did not say Batman.
I gotta go with Batman. He's like a childhood comic book hero that I kind of grew up with. You know, with I essentially grew up with like the trio of DC heroes: Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman. And then Spider-Man, who is Marvel.
There was actually there's this channel on YouTube. I can't remember the name.
Oh, you're next.
But it's Death Battles.
Oh,
that's what it is. It's called Death Battles, and it's been going on for a long time. It's going on for many years. And they just pair people up, and they paired up Batman with Spider-Man, and their whole concept is, okay, at their best, at their strongest, who would win? And they said Spider-Man would win, just because Spider-Man has the reflexes to kind of outthink and outmaneuver Batman.
And I don't know. Batman can fight dirty.
Well, true.
But I guess so can Spider-Man if you want.
Spider-Man can fight dirty-ish.
That's a battle I would like to see.
But I mean, it's also, I mean, you can find excuses too. For anyone to win in any situation. Very much. But I mean, it really is, who are you more attached to?
Right.
And I would have to say I'm more attached to Batman.
I also think Batman can take more of a beating than Iron Man, because when Iron Man, he's so used to being in that his suit, right? Yeah,
he has to have his suit.
That's kind of where like the power of his punch comes in. It's just my opinion. You guys can completely disagree if you'd like, but I think Batman, without any of that, can still take a punch. I mean, the man came back from having his back broken by Bane.
And that is very true. That is another thing too, to where if all of a sudden, let's say all of their technology, like if there was an EMP that just wiped out any technology, and they're just both sitting there kind of in their skivvies, Batman would kick Tony Stark's butt. Because probably. Batman is well trained, even without any technology on him. He is super equipped. He is in shape. He is at peak physical capabilities of any human. So Batman does have the advantage of, if everything fails, he still has skills. Tony does not. I mean, he might be able to be in shape. He might still be able to kind of defend himself, but Batman's just on a completely different level.
Absolutely.
So if you strip everything down, I even remember seeing someone made like a chart, and it had man plus money equals Batman, man plus machine equals Iron Man. But if you take all of that away, Batman would still beat Iron Man.
Agreed. So, and speaking of Death Battle, Dark Jedi Knight writes, Death Battle had Batman fight Spider-Man, Captain America, and most recently Black Panther. You guys would love that
Oh.
one. Ooh, Black Panther.
Ooh, I got to see that
one of my faves.
They have so many. There was a time when I was watching all of them back to back, but then they just kept on releasing more and more. And now they have animation in the animation of Boomstick, Wiz and Boomstick.
Yeah. A great comment from Debbie, who writes, Iron Man fights with tech, Batman fights with his brain. Yes, absolutely
that's true.
And just kind of circling back to what we were kind of talking about earlier with COVID-19 tests, Nurse 117's tip is breathe through your nose. I think I would have hyperventilated, honestly, without that. Stay calm. Stay calm. Think of something meditative. Thank you. English is hard for me. And know you are in good hands. Thank you so much for that tip. That's something we definitely will be just relaxing music, no coffee all the way through. So can Bruce fight without the suit? I think Bruce can fight without the suit.
He was trained by the League of Assassins.
Oh yeah.
So he has that training. So that's the whole thing with
Iron Man essentially is not trained in fighting technically, right? Maybe.
I remember. In Iron Man 2, he did like boxing lessons and stuff.
Well, maybe
So he's in shape, but he is definitely not trained as like he could not kill someone with his bare hands.
Batman could.
Yeah. Well, and then here's another thing. Batman is very well known to be a not kill superhero. It is one of his. It is one of his mottos. It's one of the things that kind of drives him. True, he has killed very much before in the past in certain books. Iron Man, though, has never had that problem.
Yeah.
He's perfectly all right with, this guy in a bat suit's trying to kill me. Okay, I'm going to vaporize him.
Yeah, that was a really great conversation and show starter. Thank you so much for Chris's choice. Thank you, Chris Mendez. Awesome.
Always a fun question.
Woo! And what else is going on today? Well, we're going to be talking about the new Halloween Kills teaser released by Mr. John Carpenter himself. Jude Law could be playing Captain Hook and so much more. And of course, we want to talk about, kind of catch you guys up on what we've been doing, what we've been watching, what we've been doing. But if you are here because of the latest Instagram story that I posted to the movie couple, somebody here has a new look. It's not me. I know I'm wearing a hat today. It's only because my hair looks crappy. Navi has a new look. And you guys, here is Navi's new look. Get ready.
Okay, here we go. In
1,
3,
2, 3.
Dun, 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 dun,
Navi! You gotta hold it up a little bit higher.
A little bit higher. Everyone, Navi has a new haircut. Hey, Navi.
It looks like Navi. She looks like a different dog, huh?
I know. Look at her.
She looks like a different dog. She has. So we took her to the groomer and we noticed that her ears were quite matted, no matter how much we try to comb it out, and like wash her and brush her. And we just, let me take the banner off so they can see her
we
better.
Can all see Miss Navi face.
It just, we talked to the groomer. We're like, look, we gotta do something about this little bean here. So we this is what she looked like almost when we first got her, because her ears were really short, and she was only like 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah, something like that.
At the time, and she's now, it's been a long time now. It's been like 5-6 years. So
yeah, she's like
7. 6 or 7, something like that. Yeah, she looks like a little puppy.
July 4th was your adoptiversary.
Which is ironic because she hates the 4th of July because of the fireworks. But she's look at her, she's a little thing, and her ears twitch a lot now because I think she's like, where's all the fur?
Yeah, she's just not used to it. So I'm always like, oh, give her little ear stitches.
Adam says she looks like a sheared lamb. She's so cute. Yeah, she does.
Oh my goodness. So
Jack says, she looks like a puppy. Yeah, she looks super
so much younger.
It
is so weird how much younger she looks with her ears being clipped like this.
And I feel bad that Falcor is never like highlighted in any of our shows, but it's just
Falcor,
he's older and he just kind of wants to like lay down next to our feet and relax. He actually doesn't. My theory is that Falcor doesn't like heights. He hates it when he's on the bed. He hates it when he's on the couch. He'll hang out for maybe like 10-20 minutes and then he's done. He's like, please let me down. And you can tell he's a little anxious. So I don't usually. He's like right next to. Are you drinking out of my cup, Navi? Oh no, that's a human cup. You already have 2 water bowls.
Yeah.
You don't get to have that one. So that's why you guys don't really get to see Falcor anymore because I don't want to move him when he's sleeping. He doesn't like to be picked up too much. So yeah. And Debbie says, my dog Gandhi also hates the boom booms. Yeah, we don't like the boom booms.
It was so sad. I felt so sorry for Navi. Okay, because the last like 2 nights in the row, the third and the fourth, we take Navi out and she's scared, just boom, boom, boom going off. But they all are kind of in the distance.
Far away.
So she seems like she's getting a little calm. But then she's kind of walking off. She's like, okay, I think it's safe to go pee. And right in the middle of her going pee, boom! And she goes, yeah! on the third and on the fourth. So she's still, when we go out at night, a little traumatized.
She's super traumatized, and I feel like it's just really terrible that, you know, she's... It's okay, Navi. One of these days, there will be no fireworks when we go out.
No more boom booms.
Yeah. And yes, Debbie had a geek fashion question. Did you see Rock Love's Black Widow line? Yes, it is so cool. So Rock Love is a small business brand that do licensing jewelries with Marvel, with Disney, with Pokemon, with Star Trek, Star Wars.
They've done a lot. Some really cool
I'm not even naming all of it. And they most recently so they've done one Marvel collection before that was Captain Marvel. And this latest one that she just dropped, it's available now, is Black Widow, and it's got like red jewel stones, and it's got this black rhodium. It's incredible. So if you want to take a look, it's just rocklovejewelry.com and check it. Maybe if you just type in Rock Love in your Google search bar, you'll find it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Her jewelry pieces are always very light and comfortable to wear. If you have sensitivity to any sort of jewelry, you don't have to worry about it, because the creator and founder and CEO of the company, Allison, that's the reason why she kind of decided to start her own line. She also has a lot of like allergies from, say, like just like, I don't want to call it custom jewelry, but if you went to various geek brand stores, names I won't name right now, and you know, where, you know, they'll have like earrings and bracelets and ring sets, and you put them on and your ears get a little itchy, your fingers turn green, they get a little bumpy and things like that. Nothing terrible, but your skin's kind of like, no, not today. So she created kind of her own line because she has the sensitivities, which totally works for me because I have a little bit of that as well. So her jewelry, I have so many of them. Dustin built me a shelf of Rock Love jewelry boxes because the boxes are gorgeous, and I keep all of them.
I didn't build the shelves. I got them from Amazon and then put them up.
That's called building. That's called building. I know we have. I think I missed a super chat from Chris. Hang on.
Oh, you passed it. Not that one. That's the Batman one. It's the one that you were on.
Sorry, Chris. Okay, here we go. Gotta find it. All right, Chris writes, "What is the best type of quarantine humor?"
Quarantine humor, or okay, so inside jokes. Well,
get it?
Oh my gosh.
You didn't take you a second.
That didn't take me a second. That took me a little bit longer than it really should have. The fact that it was
jokes.
Quarantine inside. Yeah, I didn't get
Let's tell this to Mark Ellis next time when we see him and see what he says.
Oh my
gosh. He'll get a good chuckle out of it.
Do that.
I'm gonna text him right now.
Oh, that's great. Christopher, I love it. Those are sometimes the best jokes, in my opinion. The ones that you say, and then it goes, "What I don't." Oh my goodness! And it's like it takes a second for it to hit you, because it shows just how truly witty you are. Because I didn't get it. that came out wrong. That sounded really egotistical.
Yay.
But thank you so much, Chris, for the really funny. I really like that one.
That's really great. I'm gonna pocket that one. It's so funny. All right, you guys. Dustin.
Sorry about that.
Blah, blah, blah. All right, here we go. What else we're watching, you guys? We started to watch Warrior Nun. Oh my gosh, it's giving me all the Buffy vibes.
Yeah, it is.
Where Ava, the lead, she's sassy. She's sassy.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit like I would say she's more sassy like Faith than Buffy, because like out of the two, Faith definitely was the more jaded, like sort of a thing. But she also embodies a lot of like the Buffy, and a lot of the humors, especially with Shotgun Mary, reminds me of that like whole Slayer vibe, like the whole coven of warrior nuns, and they're just so cool. And like we're only on episode 5 right now, so I feel like we haven't even gotten into the thick of it yet. Ava hasn't really fully embraced what is happening to her yet, which is kind of a lot if you think about it, because can we give them like the plot of the very first pilot?
Yeah, I think we can,
because it was in the trailer.
Yeah, it was in the trailer. So
Ava was dead, now she's not. That's a lot to kind of like, where you're like, wait, what happened to me? I died? I'm alive? What?
But and I have to admit, it is a very slow burn. The first 2-3 episodes, there isn't really much punch forward with the story and the action.
Yeah.
There are little parts that do have some cool action, but I have to admit, it is very much a slow burn at the beginning.
Yes.
So it really does seem like they're really planning to stretch out this storyline and to dig deep into a lot of the mythology and the mythos.
The Order of the Cruciform Sword,
which was also in Indiana Jones.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was in Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade. Shoot, I can't remember the guy, but it was the guy it was the guys that were trying to kill Indy when he was coming out of the tomb underneath the library. And then they hop on the boats.
Oh, okay.
So it is.
Wow.
It's funny to have this kind of. I know it doesn't really cross over, but I like to pretend that Indiana Jones will sooner or later show up in this.
Well, look, maybe they mention it. Maybe they, because it's very like, there's a lot of pop culture references.
Yeah.
In there as well. So I mean, we're only on episode 5, so there's probably a lot more. The latest videos from us, if you guys haven't seen some of our latest videos, we did a trailer reaction for Die Hard. That's going to be on Quibi on July 20th, I think it's the date.
Yeah.
Starring the one and only Kevin Hart, and we also did a review on Hamilton, which we have absolutely been loving. I am still watching YouTube videos. I still have the soundtrack playing in the background all day, every day. I don't know how you're not tired of it yet, because I just walk down our hall and I'm like, Alexander Hamilton.
Well, it's also because I do it too.
Yeah, that's true. And also, we know that Comic-Con at Home is coming up, and that is from July 22nd through July 26th. So we've joined forces with the other reactors, and we're also going to participate in ReactorCon, which is something you can follow along on social media by using the hashtag ReactorCon to find not just our reactions on whatever the latest news is, or latest trailer or clips or whatever that may be coming out of Comic-Con at Home panels. You can also find other reactors on there as well. I know our friend Taylor is a part of it as well. So it'll be us. It'll be a bunch of other reactors. If you're interested in following along the hashtag, just to see not just our reaction, but other people's reaction as well. I think reaction videos are fun to watch. I watch them all the time, especially Blackpink reaction videos. I love watching them.
Who's that?
Terry Brown.
Terry Brown.
He's a huge K-pop fan.
If you get a chance to check out his channel, he is hilarious.
And his laugh is so infectious.
It is.
It's like RB3's laugh. Like when I wouldn't even know what RB3 is laughing about, but if I hear that chuckle, it's so hearty, and I'm just like, and I giggle, and they're like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, "I don't know, I don't know," but he's laughing, so I want to laugh too. So that's the. That's kind of the latest from us. We'll also have a new reaction out for Halloween Kills, which you're going to be talking about in just a little bit in this show, so stay tuned for that. But also, let's go ahead and move on to our wait super chat from oh my gosh, there's a couple. So okay, Nurse first, and then I'm going to go back to True Choice Story. Thank you guys so much. Try Wu Assassins on Netflix. Wu Assassins. Louis Tan is in it.
Yeah.
It's a really fantastic show. It's just a flurry of martial arts, spectacular.
The martial arts is so good.
The costumes, fantastic.
This is what happens when you get martial arts experts doing a martial arts movie.
Yeah.
You just get this. It's not a movie. It's a series, and it's really cool. I mean, the fighting is amazing.
The fighting is kind of what drew me really in at the beginning, and every single one of those actors, like there's a lot of behind the scenes look on when they did the Fight Viz, which is kind of what a Fight Viz is something kind of like just like a Viz package of what any production would do before they film that scene, and they'll kind of like visualize it, but not quite on set with all the proper costumes and all this and that, just so that they kind of know where camera goes and how to set it up and what looks best for camera. So you can find Fight Viz on. There's one kitchen fight between the two lead actresses, and oh my god, it is spectacular, and oh my god, it literally looks exactly the same. Are there stunt doubles involved? Yes, but I will say the actors themselves do most of their own stunts, if not all. Louis Tan does a lot of his own, but he is also extremely skilled in martial arts. He's worked really, really hard, and you can see it in all of this, and like how fast they do it. It's not sped up by cameras, because Louis did release like a behind the scenes, like a raw footage of when they were rehearsing, and it literally looks exactly the same.
It's very impressive.
There's no camera tricks. It's exactly the same, and that's all only done through years of training and hard work.
And also what's really great, when you do get experts in to do these fights, you can pull back and get these beautiful master shots, kind of like when they're able to do that in Daredevil, that first season of that hallway fight, when they did it in Old Boy,
the original.
And these fights are just, it's not only the fact that they are performed better, but you can film them better.
Yeah.
And that means you get like the best of both worlds, being able to see a beautiful fight and be able to have the kind of shots that you need. Because if you don't have good fighters, you don't have professional stuntmen, you have to zoom in close, you have to pull back, you have to get these shots that are just not what people want to see.
Yeah, I always appreciate a good fight scene that's just a master shot, because you can't hide it. You got to go full and hard, and it's you have to reset back to one. You just got to keep going no matter how tired you are. So that stamina is also really, really important. So whenever I watch it, I'm always really appreciative of what I'm seeing on screen, knowing how hard it is. And I still believe that best stunts should be a category, or in some form of way should be a part of the Academy Awards.
Yes, to 100%. Find some way to acknowledge that skill and that craft, I think is very important. I think it's tough though, because for example, for Best Picture, you have to beat out every single other movie that came out. So that means any other movie that got made, you're competing against.
So you do a best fight sequence and you do a best stuntman.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Best fight choreographer.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's for, like, say, best stunts, there's only going to be maybe 100 movies that have had stunts. So that means you're only competing against those kind of movies. Whereas, like, say, Best Picture has to compete against everything. Best Director competes against everything. Best Actor, Best Actress.
It's hard work, but I think it needs to be done.
I want to find some way. I don't know which way to do it. But yeah, there needs to be some acknowledgement to the work that these people put into it.
Yeah,
it's an amazing amount of work. Same thing with actors that are in CGI or mocap, not mocap, but
best mocap performance or something like that. It's just like, give Andy Serkis his Oscar for all the work, and come on. It's not less. Anyways, we talked about this before. I'm so sorry. I just get very heated up, and I feel.
And by the time that the Oscars come around, we'll probably mention it again.
So true. And we also have a super chat. Thank you so much to Nurse117 for sending in that suggestion. If you guys haven't seen Wu Assassins, it's on Netflix. It's incredible. True Choice Story, thank you so much for your super chat. For some musical theater, check out movie version of musical Lucky Stiff. I actually haven't heard of it.
That one I haven't heard of.
It's kind of Weekend at Bernie's. Oh, and Dirty Rotten Scoundrel. Oh,
ooh,
that's a musical.
Have you actually seen the musical to Dirty Rotten Scoundrels? It's actually really fun. I happened to just randomly get discount ticket. We got.
I haven't seen the musical
many years ago.
I know the soundtrack.
I was able to get tickets for like $20 at the Pandages, and
it
was the mezzanine.
Wow.
It was like front mezzanine, and we're like, okay, fine.
Did you do the lottery?
No, it was just that Dirty Rotten Scoundrels wasn't that huge of a draw, but I went to go see it, and it was amazing. I was like, this is really funny. I like the songs that they did. I like the actors. I liked which parts they decided to keep in and keep out. But now we're definitely going to have to look at Lucky Stiff.
Yeah.
Because I'm excited. I always love that. Any recommendations you guys want to give us?
Yeah, absolutely.
We might not be able to get to all of them.
Yes.
But
we do have. Oh wait, I wanted to keep notes of stuff today. Mark Ellis has not texted me back. He might be back. Or he might be busy. He's a very busy man. But I know I wanted to keep like a tab of what you guys are suggesting us. So I'm putting it in my notes right now.
I think there was one more.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. It's just the fact that we went off the screen, off of the chat screen for a little bit. And all of a sudden, all this stuff came in. We're like, oh my gosh, got to catch up. So scrolling through. So yeah, what is it called? It was Lucky Stiff.
Yes.
And well, I don't know if we could find Dirty Rotten Scoundrels somewhere that has been actually recorded, the musical at least.
It's YouTube. It's somewhere. You just got to dig.
Well, you'll be able to find some of it, but I'm hoping that it would be kind of like Hamilton, to where it was professionally filmed, kind of a thing. But I mean, like Dirty Rotten Scoundrels was really fun. I'm trying to think of some other like less known named musicals that I've seen that I'm like, hey, no, hold on a second.
I'm so sorry.
We missed one.
I'm so sorry.
Up here, that one.
Thank you so much to Troy Story for your recommendation. It is in my notes app now.
Woohoo!
Yay!
I'm excited.
All right, let's go ahead and that's what you were trying to tell me.
Yes.
Vanja has a super chat. Thank you so much. Go ahead and read it while I try to do this.
Meant to ask for a while. Watchmen's. Oh, I can never pronounce that guy's names correctly. Do you know how to pronounce that guy's name?
Ozymandias? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's what's his name?
Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons' character too. Versus Captain America. Ooh, strictly hand to hand. I'm going Ozzy. Hope you saw my pick I sent. Did you send?
Yes, I did. Vanja was the first person to send like right after the stream, which I was kind of like, man, I wish I was like that, because like sometimes I'll say like, for example, Adam sent me his friend code for Nintendo Switch, and I'm like, great, made a mental note, still haven't added him yet, but Adam, I saw it, I just gotta actually like go and do it. So yes, he did send the photo, and he gave me several options, so I don't know which one I'm gonna use yet, but I like all of them. We're gonna get 4 Vanjas.
I know Ozzy. I mean, I know of him because I've seen the Watchmen series on HBO.
Recommend.
It's an amazing series. If you haven't seen it, I loved it. And I've seen the a little bit of the movie. I don't think I've ever watched it from beginning to end, just because it's such a long movie. I really want to do that. But I mean, so I'm not as familiar with Ozzy as I am with Captain America. I know Captain America's strengths, up, down, left, and right, and I know what he's capable of. I know that he's a fantastic. I
believe with Ozzy, he's just like so incredibly smart.
I thought that's what it was too. Is that he's more smart than anything, and that. But it's also, these are 2 different kinds of superheroes in a sense. Where also Ozzy he's also a lot more willing to kill millions of people to have success, kind of a thing. So I mean, I think that would give him a little bit more of an advantage in a death fight, so to speak. Yeah. Than it would be
that's where it could be Captain America's downfall, is that he is so pure of heart that he would be hesitant to kill, as opposed Ozzy would not. Like Ozzy would just be like, I'm gonna survive, so if that means I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you. So if it came to that, like, if we level the playing field and say they're both great at hand-to-hand combat, and it came down to like just that to kill or not to kill, Ozzy would win. But I for my lack of knowledge about Ozzy, I would pick Captain America, just to kind of, because I know like I feel that he's more skilled in hand-to-hand combat, just from what I know. More
of a tactician. He's been in a fight to where people's life and death situations are in his hands. So he also, the thing about Captain America too is that he is supposed to embody the fact of, true, I may not be fighting for my own life, but I am willing to fight to the death for other people's lives, to fight for, and to say that that is a stronger stance to have, and puts you in a stronger position than, say, fighting just for your own life. But if you're fighting for someone else's freedom, you're fighting for someone, and you're that can be a stronger drive than just your own self-interest.
100% agree. Thank you so much, Vanja, for sending in that question. Great conversation starter. I was going to say Kickstarter, but great conversation starter. And super chat from Chris Mendes. The Wizard is on HBO. I think that was already in my notes.
Yeah, to watch. You know, I haven't seen that movie in so long. Is it The Wizard or is it just Wizard?
The Wizard. Well, he would have put just wizard.
Well, because I'm thinking of the one with Fred Savage, where they go off and it's the video game in his where they go off to the video game competition. And they play what is it called? They play Super Mario Brothers and Ninja Gaiden and it was pretty much, and like I said, I think it was Sunday where we were talking about that it's just pretty much a straight Nintendo what is it called? Product push. Yeah. Because
it is the wizard. I'm looking it up on my HBO app right now. That's the one. Look at baby Fred Savage.
Oh my goodness.
We'll watch it. We're definitely
I gotta watch that again. Yeah. California.
1989. We were babies.
Yes, we were. But the thing is, I remember one of the big things at the end is they drive by. It's in California, off of I can't even remember which freeway it's off of, but it's kind of like a huge landmark in California, and it's the dinosaurs. And one of them's a huge T-Rex, and one of them's a Brontosaurus, and you can there's actually a gift shop inside the Brontosaurus, and that's one of the big things that it's really important to one of the characters.
Oh, okay, all right, good to know. You okay, Navi?
She's just like,
I'm bored.
Come here, Navi. Come here. You want to come up here? Come here. Come here. Come here, little doofus.
While Dustin puts Navi back on his lap, we're going to go into our news flash segment. Thank you, everybody, for sending in super chats today. Our news flash segments, we're going to go over just a couple of topics, see which one sticks out or jump out at us. And these are the one and only Ivan. The trailer is out, coming soon to Disney+. Left 4 Dead game creator has a new game coming out, and it's called Back 4 Blood. It's also a zombie co-op game. And Ready Player One gets a sequel in Ready Player 2. This is coming from author Ernest Cline, not the movie, just the book, and it's supposed to be out November this year. Which one of these topics stick out for you?
Well, first, I loved the book Ready Player One.
Yeah.
It is a phenomenal book.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to read it, please do. The movie,
it's good, but the book was better.
But the book is a million times better. And I think that what the movie was trying to do was trying to be like, okay, wait, everyone already knows this book, so let's change it up a little bit.
Yep.
And I kind of knew that going in, that was what they were trying to do. But looking back on it, I'm like, nah, dude, you should have just stuck to the book, because there's so many things in the book that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Miss Navi Face? But yeah, definitely Ready Player 2. I am excited for.
So I'm reading the article from the Hollywood Reporter talking about Ready Player 2, and it doesn't really give us a plot, except for it says that Ernest Cline is stepping back into the Oasis with his gestating, sure. Sequel Ready Player 2 launching November 24th in North America, and Ready Player One that was released in 2011, which was I think in the #1 spot for a while. And it spent more than 100 weeks on New York Times bestsellers list, which is pretty amazing. And then it was later then adapted for screen by Steven Spielberg and translated into tons of different languages, the book, I mean. So it doesn't really say when Ready Player 2, if it's gonna follow Wade and his friends into like more, we're gonna get like a different character. I don't know, but it is available for pre-order today, I think. So I'm gonna go and see if that's gonna be available on either Kindle or on Audible. And if it's on Audible, I'll get it on Audible because it's just easier. Because I can do dishes and laundry and stuff like that and listen. But if it's not, then I am just going to get it on the Kindle. I can't do physical books anymore because I've simply run out of space. And there's books that I refuse to throw away. So that's why I've just gone the way of digital, because I can have as many as I want. It's still not the same. I like having like physically the book in my hand.
Yeah.
Being able to like flip the pages and smell the book. But
it's the same thing for video games for me. I really, really, really like having that physical cartridge or disc.
Yeah.
You know, instead of getting the digital copy.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a nostalgia thing, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. Ernest Cline's other book, Armada, was okay. I actually downloaded a sample of it on my Kindle. I couldn't get into it.
Oh, really?
I read, they give you a pretty, I think like 1 or 2 maybe just 1 chapter, but I don't remember, but they give you enough for you to kind of want to get into it. and it didn't capture me, and I just was like, well, on to the next. I just deleted it. I deleted the sample. I was like, okay. Yeah, it just didn't quite hit. Same as what Blade is saying in the comment section. And the other news that really jumped out at me, I would say
the new Left 4 Dead game.
Yes. So I have
we played
Left 4 Dead, the first one and the second one. And I'm kind of sad that there's not a third one, because then the next one that's coming out is called Back 4 Blood, which would have been perfect if they actually did Left 4 Dead 3.
Well, you know, it actually kind of makes sense. I mean, maybe it is kind of going to be, I mean, it is a co-op zombie shooter game.
Yes.
So it could just be, now we're with different different survivors. This could be many years in the future, them going back to find out what actually caused the virus outbreak. And it's a little bit more of a backstory.
Maybe different mutated enemies that we get to fight, like completely different ones. So according to the next web, I don't really know how reliable this website is. Actually, I've actually never used them before, but for what it's worth, they are saying that Turtle Rock Studios, the development team behind the co-op zombie shooter game Left 4 Dead, announced they are developing a new game in partnership with Warner Brothers. The game is a co-op zombie shooter called Back 4 Blood. So there's not much info about the game from what it seems like. So other than that, there's going to be a campaign mode. There's going to be a PvP gameplay, which is similar to what we saw in Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Yeah. But they are kind of making it very clear that this is not Left 4 Dead 3, but team members have hinted that it'll be at least something of a return to form. So it's probably similar to the genre, something that we like, first-person shooter type of a deal, but it is not in any way.
Oh, so they're not connected. Okay,
which makes me a little sad, but it also makes me kind of maybe feel a little bit hopeful that we could still get a Left 4 Dead 3.
Yeah, true.
So let us know if you guys have played any of the Left 4 Dead games and who you played. I usually play as like the ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Rochelle, I normally play as
Coach. No, Nick.
Yeah. No.
The young one.
I like
Ellis.
Ellis
from Left 4 Dead 1.
No, Ellis was in Left 4 Dead 2.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I thought Coach and Ellis were from the first. Okay, we gotta Google this.
Coach,
hold on a second.
Ellis, Nick, and the girl you like to play was in the second one. And it was, oh my gosh, what were their names? It was the old guy, the bald guy.
Bill, Ellis.
Oh yeah, Bill.
Francis, Lewis, Nick, Rochelle. Wait, this is Left 4 Dead 2. Okay.
Oh no, that's both of them. Okay, so Bill was the old bald Vietnam vet. The vet.
Oh.
Francis.
It's been so long, guys.
The biker guy.
Oh my God! It's been
a while.
Long.
And plus, what happened is in the second one, you could switch them around in different scenarios. So, we did that so much. I can't believe how many hours we spent online with like my brother and my brother.
Playing. And it's funny how some of our friends would play, because some just like to go ahead and we kind of like to explore the area. Mm-hmm. But I would say one of my favorite aspects of the game is that you can play as one of the infected. You can play and I always like to play the hunter, but he is hard because when you gotta pounce right, and then if you don't, then you waste time to kind of like reposition yourself. You gotta do this. Mm-hmm. So I sometimes prefer like the boomers, kind of like if you go outside and get shot and you blow up anyways. And
sometimes I would just like try to climb up high and then just kind of jump and fall on them.
One of my funniest, like the most fun memories, we were doing like an online campaign run through, and we were in the hotel. So it was the first campaign in Left 4 Dead 2. And I was just about to walk into the elevator to go down to the main floor to get into the safe house. And our friend Adam, not this Adam that you guys see, another friend named Adam, was like, "Come on, Wendy, come on." And I was like, "Okay, and I hear this on the side, and I was like, "What is that?" And I look over and I see the charger coming at me, and I just went, "Oh no!" And I started to move, and I was just way too late, and Charger and I both went out the window, and you just see the replay going, "Boo!" And I was like, "Guys, I died."
Bye.
It was the first chapter. It was the funniest because we were sitting there laughing, and it was kind of sad, but I was gonna come back, so it didn't matter. It was just one of those times that we just couldn't stop laughing because it couldn't have happened more perfectly. Blade says, I also hated the sound of the crying witch in both games. The witch should be a playable character when you.
Yeah. And also in the second game, when you had the walk. Not just that, but when she was walking around during the day and she sang and she had that crying, singing kind of voice. It was just, it was that they did a really good job on just making that game creepy AF.
Yes, yeah, it's so much fun. Maybe we'll play a little bit today. Nabi, you wanna play? You wanna be the witch?
She's like, I used to be able to hide my eyes with my ears, but I can't now.
And now she can't.
Yeah, we can't.
Oh man. Well, you guys, let's go ahead and move on to some of our main topics for today. And this first one is Jude Law is in talks to play Captain Hook in Disney's live action Peter Pan. Did you expect
Peter Pan and Wendy?
Peter Pan and Wendy is what? Oh God, that's not him. There we go. Jude Law. So here is what we have so far. He may be headed for that second star on the right. Maybe headed for Neverland because he is in talks to play Captain Hook in Disney's live-action Peter Pan movie called Peter Pan and Wendy, and this is going to be directed by David Lowery, who directed Pete's Dragon. And this is just so interesting to me because I feel like maybe we kind of forget that there hadn't been a Disney's Peter Pan live action. We've seen Pan, with Hugh Jackman,
and there was
but that was not Disney.
The musical.
That was,
and I don't even think the musical was Disney.
They had 2 songs. That does not make it a musical. It was just.
Oh no, not that one.
Oh.
There was the musical Peter Pan.
Oh yeah.
The really really old one.
Yes,
the one that Christopher Walken did. Peter Pan has a mom. Wow.
Yeah, I remember. That was Peter Pan live. That was that was very, very, very different. I really like Jude Law a lot. I think he can tackle this role really, really well because I think he can be charming, and he can be kind of like that villainous bite to it. That is interesting. Obviously, it's in talks, so it's not been confirmed yet. But I would love to see this, and I would love to kind of see who they're going to cast as, like, how they're going to approach it. Are they going to approach it with more kind of like the Hook version where like Peter's older and then he's kind of retelling the story of like then makes sense for it to be Peter and Wendy, or is like Peter like how are they going to do it in this version, or are they going to follow the animated kind of to a T for the live action? Something that we see them do in Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast.
Honestly though, okay, so this was my reaction when I first saw it. I was like, ooh, Jude Law as Captain Hook, that'd be cool. And then I was like, oh wait, that means it's another Peter Pan movie. I'm like, we've seen so many Peter Pan movies. I'm like, okay, you have to kind of do something original, or you're gonna have to be able to tell something in this story that hasn't been told before, because this story has been told 1,000,000 times.
Yep.
And some of them have not been very good. It's kind of like, Robin Hood. There's been so many different Robin Hoods. And if you want to tell a Robin Hood movie or a King Arthur movie or something that is that old of a classic that has been done 100 times, you really need to find a new way to tell your story. So, and of course, we won't know until the movie's out. Right. So, I mean, or until we see our first trailer of it. So I'm a little torn. True, Jude Law, good actor.
Yes.
Captain Hook, cool character, or at least could be cool character. I mean, we were excited when we heard that Hugh Jackman was going to be Captain Hook, right? I mean, I was excited, but then honestly,
and then we saw the movie and then we didn't like it. I mean, he did. I would say Hugh Jackman, regardless of what we thought of the movie, 100% committed.
He always does.
Yes, he always committed to the role. He believed in it, so it made me believe in the Captain Hook part. No matter how outrageous I felt about like the weird insertion of various songs and the singing, he still did it. And I was kind of like, okay, Hugh, like if you're there for it, I'm there for it too. So there was that, but I really did not enjoy that movie.
Yeah.
At all.
It was bad.
Not really into it.
Like one of the movies, I mean, there's very few movies that I almost walked out of.
Oh, really?
And that was.
I remember it was me, Sinead, and Christian sat together for this movie, and we chose to sit further back because we had to see it in 3D as well. And 3D movies made. I'm not sure about Christian, but it made both Sinead and I a little like. So we had to just sit further back, and it wasn't actually that bad. Like once we got into it, like the 3D effects and stuff like that, I was like, okay, it wasn't as bad. But I just the song moments really took me out, and like I don't know. It was really interesting the direction they had gone. I like the young actor that played Pan.
Yeah,
thought it was fine. So yeah, we will see. Adam says my question for the audience for the movie bunch Adam's questions for the movie bunch is, who is your favorite actor to play Captain Hook? Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah, I gotta hand it down to him.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, it was funny too. I remember when that movie came out and they were talking about, and Dustin Hoffman. And everyone was like,
"What?
Dustin Hoffman?
Not mean."
I mean, well, not the fact that he's not mean.
He just
but he doesn't play characters like that.
That's what I'm saying. He's not mean in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, really, Dustin Hoffman? I mean, that's kind of a weird choice, but okay.
Yeah.
And then he just blows it out of the water to where I'm like, that's kind of how I picture Hook now. Is from, Dustin Hoffman and Rufio.
By the way, I met Dante like at what event was it? It was like a Viz Media event. He was there because they invite him to, well, he's a star, so invited him to a lot of things. He showed up, and my friend was like, I really want him on a podcast. And I was like, okay. And I don't usually have courage like this, but I like sauntered up to him and I was like, hi, how are you? He was like, oh, hi, how are you? We had a conversation. I was like, this is my friend who I literally just met that night. And I was like, she has a fantastic podcast that she would love for you to be on. And then I just like turned around and left. And I was like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? I guess I really wanted to like root for my friend here. And I don't know if it happened or not, but that was my weird encounter with Dante. And later he stopped by Collider to talk Avatar, to talk something else, to talk Hook, maybe the anniversary. I don't remember. He came by, but I don't think he remembered the interaction because I said hello and he wasn't like, hey, I remember. And I was kind of like, yeah, we like to all forget about that encounter. Just wipe it from your memory. Oh man. Jason Momoa for Captain Hook, ?
That would be a very different kind of Peter Pan story too.
Yeah.
Because I think you would have more of a tribalistic kind of vibe with Jason Momoa, to where it wouldn't be like your stereotypical pirate.
He'd be like hottie McHottie. He would be like Captain Hook from Once Upon a Time. Like that hottie type with the guy liner and everything.
Even that kind of Captain Hook is still very much of, what are they called? A flop is when the aristocratic kind of cravat, pointy hat.
You want like the very decorated type of a Captain Hook.
No, that's what those other characters,
Dustin
Hoffman's, the guy from Ever After. That's their kind of character. But Jason Momoa would be very much more of like, they would be a lot more dirty. They'd be a lot more just I could see just more of this tribalistic, more of this just not so, it's just a little bit more grungy.
You want to bring his Game of Thrones character back?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yes, please. I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't care.
Captain Drogo. I want that.
Oh my God, amazing. That would be fun, wouldn't it?
To where someone tries to stab Captain Hook and his pecs just catch it. He's just,
right between.
And he's like, throws the sword away and then punches the guy.
Like chest thrusted.
Yeah.
That would be really fun. I have no other segue to segue us into the just talking about Jason Momoa as Captain Hook. I completely derailed my segue. So we're just gonna go right into it. Leigh Whannell and Jason Blum to reteam for Universal's Wolfman, which sounds super interesting. I know we've talked about this a little bit in previous shows, but and this was a Deadline exclusive, and it looks like Leigh Whannell, Jason Blum are teaming up again. So Leigh Whannell is currently in negotiations to direct Universal's Wolfman, to star Ryan Gosling, with Blumhouse producing. The two obviously have teamed up for 2019's Invisible Man, starring Elizabeth Moss, which was amazing movie. Incredible. Whannell is also going to be writing the treatment for the film based on kind of his own original idea and also inspired by the 1941 classic. And also, this is not the first time Leigh Whannell and Blumhouse have teamed up. They have collaborated on seven separate projects, which is to say they're more than comfortable with working with one another. So our kind of question to you guys is, what do you guys think of this news? What do you guys think of Leigh Whannell kind of taking, being at the helm to direct the Wolfman starring Ryan Gosling? And like this, to me, I have all my faith in the world with these two coming together to work on another Universal monster film. I thought they did really great with The Invisible Man. It was innovative, it was fresh, it was different, but it still captured that original. They threw a lot of that original like vibe in there. And I really, really liked it. I would love to see what kind of grittiness they can come up with for Wolfman. What do you think?
I think it's actually a good idea, because if you're going to start wanting to build your universal monster universe, that's really tough to kind of say, but you're going to have to need the same heads together.
Yeah.
So bringing back the heads that did such a good job on The Invisible Man, that is a good start. Also, I think they're also headed down in the right direction.
Yeah.
If they're able to make Wolfman you're able to get it more of a modern technology kind of twist on it, to where like they find an old virus or something.
Yeah.
Or they find some form of rabies.
Yeah.
And they're able to weaponize it. They inject it to someone. It's unstable. I don't know if you want to do like the whole full moon thing, but make it so periodically, maybe probably more of like a Hulk thing. When they start to lose control of themselves, that's when they're able to turn into a wolf form and be able to go in there and just full on attack and just be this incredible weapon. And then you could have this same company that is developing the tech be able to get their hands on the invisible suit.
Yeah.
So then you would have, and then that's going to be like not the cameo, but like the after credit scene of them having like the finished serum, the werewolf serum, and the Invisible Man, and then you could start adding.
You got to bring back the Mummy. You got to bring back.
Well, I think
Russell Crowe for Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and who else? What else have they done? Was that it?
Werewolf, Invisible Man, Dracula. Dr. and Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is really good.
Yeah.
And Mummy. Those are the big five. That's your big five.
Yeah. I think that's
so right. You're going to have to be careful. Really, really careful, because they've tried a couple times to kickstart this monster universe. They tried it with Dracula.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Nope.
They tried it with Mummy. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Then they were like, okay, you know what? Forget it. We're just going to make an Invisible Man movie. And everyone's like,
So good. It's so good. Oh my gosh. I remember. And it has a little bit of a special meaning because it was literally the last movie we saw in theaters.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of like, movie theaters, I don't know her. So I am honestly really excited about this. If once negotiations is over and we can confirm that like Whannell is going to direct like that's really real. Oh, Van Helsing.
Yeah.
So
Van Helsing's is more like the superhero.
He's not really a monster. The Thing, maybe.
Well, no, The Thing is from Marvel.
Oh.
There's.
What am I thinking? Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing, but that's a comic book.
I'm getting all my wires
to remember.
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
That's
the one I was trying. Thank you, Blade. Creature from the Black Lagoon is part of the Universal Monster universe.
And I think also Hunchback of Notre Dame is a part of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Frankenstein.
And
Frankenstein's monster.
So yeah, there's I think once we saw kind of the success of Invisible Man, now if you want to take these two and you say go and make another movie, add your own kind of like ideas to it, and we'll see what we can mold and become. If you just trust in the creative idea of the director who has like a vision and you let them run free, like what they did with Invisible Man, I think we can have like another success on our hand. Ryan Gosling's a really great actor. I fully want to see him like it's going to be really interesting to see him as the Wolfman and see how they approach it and things like that.
Yeah, and honestly, I think what they really should do is maybe have it in the back of their mind that Wolfman and Invisible Man are going to somehow link up, but focus first on making Wolfman a good movie.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
They need to focus on that first, and then we can just write in all the connections.
Yeah.
And maybe they already know. Maybe Leigh Whannell and Jason Blum have had like coffee, and they've been like, look, this is how we can connect everything. And, you know, they both like horror. If you haven't seen Upgrade, watch it.
Oh,
it's
Upgrade's so
good. So yeah, I absolutely am very excited for this. I hope it comes true. I hope Whannell gets to direct it. I hope they all get to work together. It'll be really, really cool to see how this unfolds. And also, now on to our final piece of news for today. John Carpenter releases a teaser for Halloween Kills and a new release date. Oh my gosh. So let me just go ahead and put up the little teaser that hold on, I gotta take the banner off. Sorry guys, this is what happens when you don't have a technician. So today John Carpenter announced on social media the new release date for Halloween Kills, which is a sequel to the 2018's Halloween. It was originally going to be released this fall. Now it will be released next year on October 15th, 2021. And on his statement on Twitter, he also dropped a teaser for Halloween Kills, and we'll talk about that clip in just a second. I just want to go ahead and read you guys his statement here. So he writes, "We write this to you, broken heart, over the fact that the delay of our film is even a discussion. But if there's one thing that a career in the film industry has prepared us for, it is the unexpected." So true. Mm-hmm. Over the past few weeks, our film family has looked at the forecast of theatrical exhibition with obvious concerns. We've discussed and struggled with how to present Halloween Kills to the loyal fans around the world, as well as new audience we hope to invite to this experience. It was a wild and vibrant production. We lined up a cast of legacy characters like Laurie and Tommy, Lindsay, Lonnie, Marion, Brackett, and The Shape. Then alongside some new faces, we aggressively made the second chapter of our Halloween trilogy. It unfolded into an experience that was a creative playground, and we feel confident that that our misfit pleasures will be seen as an unexpected entry into this franchise. If we released it in October this year as planned, we have to face with reality that the film would be consumed in a compromised theatrical experience. After weighing our options, we have chosen to push the film's theatrical release by 1 year. On top of a traditional release, Universal has agreed to an IMAX presentation of the film in October 2021. Ooh. We are sound mixing with one of the greatest sound design teams that can slash, scream, and creep their way under your skin. We're going to have time to complete the film with the quality that fans deserve. And preparation on Halloween Ends has begun as well. Woo! It is an honor to be working with these characters and spending time in Haddonfield. We look forward to sharing our next chapter with you. And this is the statement from David Gordon Green and John Carpenter. So with that said, let's go ahead and talk about the teaser a little. So by the way, we have a trailer reaction for this. It's coming. We just have to edit it and release it. So you'll see it sometime late today, but it will be coming out. But the clip does pick up where Halloween leaves off, and the next installment, Halloween Ends, will be released on October 14th, 2020. So let's go ahead and unpack this this teaser trailer a little bit. So the way Halloween, and by the way, spoiler alert if you guys haven't watched 2018's Halloween, but we do see Jamie Lee Curtis coming back to reprise her role as Laurie. There's generations of women. There is her daughter and her granddaughter, and of course, The Shape, Michael Myers, is back. It's as if it's ever over, and we kind of see this like awesome.
I can't do that. I can't do it correctly. I have no musical skills.
So we see this final showdown. We see where it ends with the ladies and we see the house in flame. Mm-hmm. And where this teaser picks up is the house is in flames. You kind of see what happens. You see the three generations of women it looks like they're back of a truck or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're still in the same outfits. You know, their hair is all frazzled and they're kind of bloody from their final encounter with their latest encounter, I guess, most recent encounter with Michael Myers. And then we see ambulances, fire trucks heading in the opposite directions, obviously towards the burning house, and you just see Laurie losing her mind. She was like, "Don't head to the house, let it burn," and you just feel all of that, like, just how do you want to say, like, frustration and fear, and kind of like
we had it.
It was almost over, but it's also like he just never dies. He can never be killed, and it's just this like different iteration of like Michael coming back to haunt her. I like that it's picking up exactly where it left off, because it just goes to show that, like, sorry, Laurie, we're not done with you yet. Michael's not done with you. He'll never be done with you. And it's like, how much longer can this go on? Who's going to be the last person standing?
Yeah.
Is it Laurie? Is it the Shape? We don't know. And that is just like really, really interesting. And I think this teaser couldn't have come at a better time, too, because I was actually thinking about it, and I was like, I wonder what they're going to do with this.
I feel really bad, though, for any movie that was planning, that's like a Halloween-based movie, you know, any kind of horror movie that just really were like, you know, we're coming out on Halloween 2020. No, you're not. And it's just like, the only time it's like, well, we wanted to come out during Halloween. That means we have to wait a whole nother year for it. And it's like, I mean, okay, well, then do we give up the fact that we really wanted to release during Halloween, or do we postpone it for a whole nother year?
Yeah, really.
So, I mean, I feel really bad, because especially when you have a title called Halloween, you want to release it in October.
Yeah, all the horror fans are out. Everybody's in the right mood to watch this. You know, they want to feel a little like the jump scare. They want to feel like that tension.
Yeah.
But I can't say that I wasn't like this news is kind of like expected almost at this point, because we don't know, given the current situation. We've talked about this numerous times, so I don't want to jump too deep into it, and also seeing that we are like an hour and 11 minutes into our stream. So I really like what I saw in the teaser. I like the statement, and I like that they kind of take the time to explain that they want the best experience for fans, that they're even putting it in IMAX and remixing the sound and everything. Like, it's just going to be for any like horror film out there, horror fans out there. This is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic to know that they're going to release it in IMAX, and we're just going to have to exercise patience.
That has been the theme of 2020, ladies and gentlemen. Patience.
It really is. So what are you guys' thoughts on Halloween, onto the next chapter, and what do you hope to see in this second iteration, or sorry, the sequel to Halloween?
It sounds like this is going to be the middle one. This is going to be a trilogy, right? Because they're going to have Halloween Ends be the last one. So we still have one more after this from a year from now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool that it's going to turn out to be this epic trilogy. And it seems because the new one is going to be coming, like, it takes place right after, immediately after.
Yeah.
The one that just came out.
Yeah. It's I think a lot of major productions such as Halloween, Black Widow, Wonder Woman, they all kind of, Mulan, Tenet, they all kind of have to be faced with, like, do we keep waiting and pushing it back, or do we go digital? And I hope, and this is me just being selfish, I hope that they can just wait it out and release it in theater. I think a lot of these films that I just named deserve to be seen in theaters, because people in front of the camera and behind the camera have worked so extremely hard on it, and it's meant to be a theatrical release, so it should be released in theater. And I just, just gonna have to wait for everybody is comfortable.
I don't want to wait anymore. I want to see Wonder Woman, Black Widow, and all the cool
we
movies.
would have seen it by now. We would have seen at least Wonder Woman by now. Yeah. And Mulan and Tenet, like it. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh well. What are you gonna do? Let me see. Blake says 2020 will be known as the year of delays. Yeah. I like to just forget about 2020 ever existed. I just want to move on to 2021. Hopefully, it's a better scenario. Adam says it's either that or release Halloween in Christmas on Christmas or around Christmas, and unless they change the name to Silent Night, Deadly Night, or Black Christmas, real films, by the way, they have no choice but to release until next year.
And Krampus.
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 Never saw the movie, but love the myth and love the scare zone that they did for Halloween Horror Nights. Oh wait, I had something to do with that.
Oh yeah.
I was the supervisor for that scare zone. That was a lot of fun. What did Jack say? Hold on, I'm looking in the chat. 2020 will be the worst year ever, and then Blades follow-up comment. Careful, Jack. 2021 might just say hold my beer. Please, let's hope not. I hope not. I really hope not. Well, you guys, it has been so much fun hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, our movie bunch, for geeking out over geek news, pop culture news, and movie news with us. Thank you Navi for debuting your new look with everybody.
Bye everybody.
Oh, she kicked it.
Bye.
No, I'm so sorry.
So cute.
I have to be careful with you, huh, Navi? I'm sorry. I'm not as careful with Navi as I should be.
I give her so many loves.
You give her too much
loves, but yet she always comes back for more.
She always puts up with it. So we want to thank all of you guys for hanging out with us. We will have more new videos and new reviews coming up in our channel. So make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. I'm going to try to post the community tab just a little bit more, because I think I'm just like thinking everybody has social media and follow us on social media, but they may not. So putting things on the community tab may be probably a smart choice. Yeah, I think Jack says she's so adorable like that. I really think Navi with the short ear might be something that we keep, at least for the summer. And then in the winter, she'll have a little bit more of a fuzzy look so she can stay more warm. Or if we keep them both short, they can just be in their really cute Star Wars hoodies. I have an R2-D2 hoodie for Navi, and I have a Yoda one for
Yoda. I mean,
Falcor.
Whatever.
Old man Falcor.
Falcor in his Yoda costume. I was going to say Yoda in his Falcor costume, but Falcor in his Yoda costume's adorable. So cute. Well, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We will see you on Saturday for another. Oh my God, that's so cute. For another live stream. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and we'll let you know how testing goes with COVID. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye. Oh, Navi. Bye.